Hello everyone, welcome back to the Design Studio. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to make this crochet kit. They are the cutest piece ever. It's level intermediate, but don't fear if you are a beginner and you have done other projects before. I believe this project is going to be easier for you to accomplish. The purpose of this video is for you to understand the instructions. Be aware that you're gonna have to have the crochet kit with the instructions to be able to accomplish this project. So let's get started.
Uri Designs, unique expressions.
I love that they bring everything you need. The instructions come in French and English. They give you practices, stitches, and diagrams, images on how the stitches look. So if you are a beginner, practice this before with another yarn. Don't use the yarn that it brings, because my experience has been that I always have enough for the project, but you never know if you're gonna have a little extra to practice. So practice with another yarn using this crochet hook. It brings the safety eyes for all the little pieces and a yarn needle to help you attach all the parts and weaving the ends. This for the details. Before you begin, read the instructions so you can get familiar with it. We're going to work on this so you can see how to get this shape, and we're gonna make only one pea, because if you do one, you can do the other two. It also gives you here the code for the colors. So we're going to start with the pot and then we're gonna move to the peas, okay? For the pot, it says to use CA, which means lime green. You can hardly see the difference on camera. This one is the olive and this is the lime. So we're gonna start with the lime, wrapping the yarn this way, putting the hook here underneath this one on top of the other one, pulling the yarn through, letting go of the finger and pulling both the tail and the working yarn to create a slip knot. Now it says to make 21 chains. So we're gonna start with the 21 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Single crochet in the second chain from the hook and the next 19 chains, and then turn. Okay, so second chain from the hook, 1 and 2. Don't count this one. So it's right here. I like to grab 2 loops like this, pull the yarn through, 2 loops in the hook, yarn over, and pull the yarn through both loops. That's your first single crochet. It says to make single crochet in the next chains, total of 20 stitches for this round. So you're gonna continue making single crochet in the next stitches. Okay. I always like to put my yarn here in this yarn dispenser so it's easier to continue now. Making single crochet all across until I reach here. Should have 20 single crochet. This row should take a little longer because you're going inside each chain and it's a little harder. Take your time, don't skip any, and always try to stay with and grabbing the full strength, all the strength of the yarn. Don't split the yarn like I was doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 17, 18. So I need 2 more. 19. And then the last one here. and 20. Okay, it's a little curl like this, but don't worry, we will fix it and it looks straight after. So now it says chain 1, and we're gonna increase a single crochet in the next 18 stitches, and then an increase, and then turn. It should be 22. So what we're gonna be doing is that we are going to increase at the end. So chain 1, we're gonna turn around, and we're gonna make 2 single crochet in this first single crochet. So we're gonna make 2 in this one, and then we're gonna make single crochet in each stitch until the end, grabbing the V stitches on the top right here. Okay, continue making single crochet on top of the V stitches. We're gonna be ending with 22 stitches. And make sure you count your stitches when you finish this row. Okay, so at the end of this last stitches and the last one here, we're gonna make 2. Grabbing both loops, we're gonna make 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet. Let's count, it should be 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18, 20, 21, 22. So make sure when you reach this side, make sure you grab this one because it goes down here, but you need to grab it so you can have the right stitch count, okay? So that was the end of round 2. That was 22 stitches. Now we're gonna make the same for round 3. So we're gonna make a chain, 1, and then 2 single crochet here at the end. 1, 2, 1 single crochet in each stitch until you reach the end of this row. And I meet you at the end of this row to make then 2 single crochet on the last stitch. Total of 24, okay? Okay, so now I'm at the end here. An increase and then turn. Should end up with 24 stitches for row 3. Now if you lose count of the rows, just make sure that you understand how they look. This is the foundation row, this is the second one, and this is the third one. So it's 1, 2, 3. You can see by looking at the stitches how they line up together and they go on top of each other. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So we are on row 3 at the end. And at the end of row 3, it says to make 2 single crochet on the last stitch. And you see what I meant before? It's kind of like hitting here, like in a curve type of shape. You need to grab that one. Okay, so that's the last one, and we're gonna grab it, grabbing 2 loops, grabbing the V stitch on the top, using your nails if you need to, and then pulling the yarn through to make 2 loops in the hook. Make a single crochet, yarn over, pull it through. That's the first one. At the end, you're gonna make 2 single crochet. For row 4, chain 1 and increase at the end, single crochet in each stitch around 22 stitches, and then an increase at the end. You should end up with 26 stitches, and that's how it's gonna continue being. 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36. And that's how you're gonna be doing the pot, okay? So we're gonna chain 1, 2 on the end, 1, 2, and continue making single crochet in each stitch around, okay? Right here on the next stitch, always just 1 single crochet, In each row, you only make 2 single crochet at the end, right? At the ends, like at the beginning and at the end. And what's this creating, if you can see already, it's that it's going wider. Okay, so that's what you're gonna be doing, making this going wider here and wider here. So continue making single crochet for row 4 until the end here, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so now I'm at the end of row 4. Right here, you see the V, it's right there. That's the last stitch of row 3. Or I should say the first one of row 3. And yarn over and pull it through. Yarn over, 2 loops in the hook, and yarn over, pull it through, 2 in the same space to make an increase. Okay, so now for row 5, we're gonna chain 1, we're gonna make 1 single crochet here and 1 more in the same space, an increase. And then on each stitch, we're gonna continue making single crochet in each stitch. Oops, for row 5. Okay, again, if you lose count, just come here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th row. So continue making single crochet for this until the end, and then at the end you're gonna make 2 single crochet. We're gonna turn and continue with row. Okay, continue making the same. Make sure you count your stitches at the end of each row, and I'll meet you at the end of row 9 to then make side 2. Okay, so this is how it should look. It looks curly like this, but yours might not look the same because your stitches are looser than mine, but it does curl a little bit. So what it's saying is to fasten off. This is row 9. Again, if you don't know how to identify the rows, maybe you can put a stitch marker on each row, or have a piece of paper and mark, or here on the instruction you should mark them as you go so you don't get all mixed up. But the way you can see them here, because we're going this direction and then the other direction, the opposite direction, the stitches, they don't look the same on one side, they look a little different, so you need to take that in consideration. So this is 1 row, and then you can see this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we did finish row 9. Now we're going to fasten off and leave a tail for sewing. It says to leave 12 inches for sewing. So leave enough. I'm gonna cut it and fasten off. Okay, so got it. And fasten off. That's probably longer than 12 inches, but it's okay. I like to have more. Okay, so for then this second side, it's kind of like you're gonna be making the same, but on the other side. Okay, it says here, to join yarn to existing stitches, insert your hook through the stitch where joining is to occur. It says yarn over, hook, and pull through the stitch. Continue with the instructions, and these are the instructions. So where it's going to be happening, where are we going to join? Not here. We're gonna join on the foundation chains that we started right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it over like this, and I'm going to start working in here in the foundation chain here. I'm going to join yarn over like this, and pull it through. Okay, if you want, you can make a knot grabbing this tail and the other tail that you left when you first started, so that way it's more secure. So I'm going to make 2 knots. Oops, where is it? Right, okay. It says here, join with CA with the same color yarn with right side facing, so like here. In the first chain loop on opposite side of the foundation chain 1, a single crochet in the same space as joining, and a single crochet in the next 19 loops, and then turn. It should be 20 stitches. So we're going to chain 1, and in the same we're gonna make 1 single crochet. And what I like to do is grab the tail here on the as I go along, and we're gonna continue making single crochet in each stitch around until we reach the end of this row. Continue making single crochet in each stitch around until you reach the end of this. Technically speaking, this is row 1 again, but you're repeating it on the opposite side. Okay, I'll meet you at the end of this row. What we're going to do now is do the same on the opposite side, so it's going to be increasing in each row until we reach the end of row 9. To start row 2, I chain 1, and I'm going to make here 1 single crochet and another one in the same space to make an increase. I'm going to continue making single crochet in each stitch until the end, and repeat the same we did before. At the end of row 2, we're going to increase on the last stitch, and we should end up with 22 stitches for row 2 on the second side. I'm here at the end of row 2. I'm going to make an increase to finish this row, and that's how it's starting to look. You are going to duplicate what you just did in the first side. So we're going to chain 1, turn our work around, and make an increase in the first stitch here for row 3 on the second side. Continue making single crochet in each stitch. For row 3, you should end up with 24 stitches. And remember, at the end of this row, you have to make an increase on the last stitch. As always, very important to count your stitches. And at the end, don't miss the last stitch where you need to grab the stitch and then make an increase. Like right here, you can see that it's hard to see, but you have to make sure that you count your stitches, and at the end, you make an increase. 2 in the same. Continue making the same you did on side 1, and I'll meet you at the end of row 9. Before I move forward, I would like to hide the little tail here using the yarn needle, and then cut it short so it's not in the way. For this one here, it's so little, I left it very little, so I'm going to, instead of using the yarn needle, I'm going to use my crochet hook to pull the yarn inside and weave it in so it's not in the way. Cutting the yarn short here, And now it's time to attach both sides. What I'm going to do is fasten off and leave a long tail for sewing. Folding the pot in half like this. Gonna grab a stitch from one side matching the other using the plastic needle with the yarn. You're gonna do the same on both sides. You're gonna attach 7 stitches together here on the top, and then you're gonna attach the sides. Let me share with you how. You're gonna attach these stitches on the top of one side, and you're gonna do the same on the other side. 7 stitches on the top. And what I'm going to do here is weave in the tail to secure it inside. I like to weave in the tail really good so it will not come off. Now you're going to sew here on the side and do the same, stitch at a time, grabbing side 1 with side 2. After attaching the side, I'm going to just make sure that I weave in the tail and cut it short. So that's how it's starting to look. I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side. Aligning the round 9 on both sides, I'm going to just make 7 stitches on the top to attach this, counting the stitches and grabbing a stitch from side 1 and then side 2, making sure that I don't leave any gaps. After I finish attaching the top part, I'm going to attach the side, just like we did previously. And we're done with the pod. All we need are the peas. With the olive green yarn, we're gonna start making the peas. You can do it both ways. You can start by making a magic ring, chain 1 and 6 single crochet in the ring, or you can chain 2, 6 single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then join to begin the 6 single crochet in the ring. Let me share with you both ways. Let's start by making 2 chains. I'm going to make a slip knot, 2 chains, and on the second chain from the hook, I'm gonna make 6 single crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, making sure it's 6. Then I'm going to join here with a slip stitch, and that's the first round for the pea. And this is how it looks when you start with the chains. Now let me share with you how to make it with the magic ring. Grab the yarn this way like an X and hold it here. Place the crochet hook under this yarn on top of the other one and pull the yarn through like this. Close the ring but not all the way because you're going to work inside this ring. I'm going to secure the ring with the chain. And then you're going to make 6 single crochet inside the ring. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. After you complete the 6 single crochet inside the ring, you can pull the tail and close the ring completely. Now you're gonna close your round the same way with a slip stitch. And that's the first round. I rather do my rounds like this and start it with the magic ring. It doesn't open that much as when you create it with the chain. I'm gonna chain 1 and I'm going to make now 2 single crochet in each stitch around, total of 12 single crochet for round 2. Continue working on round 2, making an increase in each stitch, and I meet you at the end of round 2. You should have 12 single crochet for round 2. I'm here at the end of round 2. I'm going to join with a slip stitch to start round 3. For round 3, we're going to repeat what is in the bracket 6 times, and then we're going to join, and you should have 18 stitches for round 3. A tip I give you is to write down in a piece of paper or on a pad like this your rounds, and then as soon as you make the rounds, you just check them out. We already made round 1 and 2. Now we're gonna make round 3, and I made these lines representing the repetition. So that's what we're gonna do. Every time we finish one repetition, we will cross it out. For round 3, I already made my first single crochet, and I put my stitch marker at the beginning of this round. Now I'm going to make an increase 2 single crochet in the same stitch, and that will be my first repetition. I'm going to come here and mark it as completed. So now we're gonna make the second repetition, 1 single crochet and an increase 2 single crochet in the same. That will be the second one. Single crochet and an increase 2 single crochet in the same stitch. What I'm doing here is repeating what is in the bracket 6 times. I'm here on my last repetition, 1 single crochet and an increase 2 single crochet in the same space, and I should end with 18 stitches for round 3. We're going to join, remove the stitch marker and join with a slip stitch right here. We're gonna chain 1 to start round 4. We're gonna make 5 single crochet in the next stitch. 1, 2. But before we move forward, we're gonna add this stitch marker here on the first stitch for round 4. We already made 2 single crochet. We just need to make 3 more to complete the 5 first single crochet for this round. 3, 4, and 5. And it says to make an increase, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and that's our first repetition for round 4. We're gonna come here and mark it as done. And we're gonna continue with the repetition. 5 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase, 2 single crochet in the same stitch. That's our second repetition, and we're gonna make 3, so 1 more repetition, and I'll meet you at the end of round 3. I'm at the end of round 4 with an increase, 2 single crochet in the last stitch, and I completed 21 stitches for round 4. So we're going to remove the stitch marker to start the new round. We're gonna join with a slip stitch right here on the top on the first single crochet you made for the previous round. Now for round 5 through 7, it's gonna be a single crochet in each stitch around, total of 21 stitches for each round. Chain 1 to start round 5, a single crochet in the same stitch you join, placing the stitch marker on the first stitch you made for round 5. Continue making single crochet in each stitch until you finish round 5, 6, and 7, and I meet you at the end of round 7. I'm at the end of round 7 on my last single crochet right here. Don't get mistaken, don't grab the chain, okay? Make sure you always grab the single crochet right here. We're gonna make the last single crochet, and then we're gonna remove the stitch marker to start round 8, and the same thing, don't get mistaken of grabbing the chain. You grab here on the top the single crochet to join with the slip stitch. Now we're gonna start round 8. Chain 1, single crochet in the next 5 stitches, and a decrease 3 times. Chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch we join. Make sure you always put your stitch marker. And before we move forward, I like to always hide the tail, not only because I like it to be hidden, but it's because I like to make sure that I'm closing the magic circle completely. So by doing this, I am going to make sure that the circle doesn't open ever. I like to just weave it in different directions and then cut the yarn short. I know this is going to be inside and it's going to be hidden, but like I mentioned before, the purpose of hiding it like this, it's more because I want to make sure that the magic circle is completely closed. Back to round 8, 5 single crochet. We made 1, this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're gonna make a decrease. We're gonna insert the hook, yarn over. Now we have 2 loops in the hook. Insert the hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull it through. Now we have 3 loops in the hook, yarn over and pull it through all 3 loops. What you're doing is you're making 1 stitch instead of 2. That's our first repetition for round 8. We're gonna make the second repetition, 5 single crochet in the next stitch, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're gonna make another decrease. And that's our second repetition. We're gonna just mark it here as done. We're gonna make the third repetition of 5 single crochet in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a decrease. Okay, so I should have now 18 stitches for round 8. We're gonna remove the stitch marker to join with a slip stitch, chain 1, and we're gonna start with round 9. Single crochet in the next stitch, put the stitch marker here on the first stitch for round 9. And it says to make a single crochet and a decrease 6 times. I already made the first single crochet, now I'm going to make a decrease. And that's our first repetition for round 9. We're going to make 5 more, so we're going to make a single crochet now and a decrease. One more repetition, one single crochet and a decrease. That should complete round 9. But before we move forward, I forgot that it says here after round 8 to start putting the polyfiber and adding the safety eyes as well. So let's do that. To place the safety eyes is to place them between round 5 and 6, 4 stitches apart. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it says to put them in between 5 and 6 and leaving 4 stitches between each eye. And this is a guide for you. If you like your eyes to be closer to each other or apart, it's all up to you. Time to add the polyfiber. What I like to do is little by little. And I like to feel it, but not overstuff it. I don't want my little piece to be completely firm. I want it to be more squishy and fluffy. You're gonna join with a slip stitch. We're gonna chain 1. And we're gonna make 6 decreases. That's the first one. We're gonna continue making decreases all around until we do 6 all together, making sure I put my stitch marker here at the beginning. Let's make one more decrease here. That's our second decrease. I'm gonna mark it here as done. 1 and 2 is done. And 6. And it's completed. Well, actually, we still need to add the details, but we're gonna remove the stitch marker and fast enough, leave 6 inches tail for sewing, okay? Because we're going to close completely the circle here at the end. Using the yarn needle, we're going to weave in the end and at the same time close this circle completely. Just going to go stitch by stitch, pulling the yarn to close completely this opening, okay? What I like to do at the end, it's a little loop to secure it. Let me share with you what I mean. Okay, like right here, I do this little knot and then I hide the yarn inside. I go inside a couple times, different directions, and then I cut the yarn short. And push it inside. Time to add the details on its face. I'm going to first do the cheeks with the pink yarn. I'm gonna make just 2 horizontal stitches under the eye, and from this one I'm going to go directly to the other one, staying in the same row. I'm going to make 2 stitches here, and from here I'm going to go directly to where I started to make 2 knots to secure it. After I make the 2 knots, I'm going to hide the yarn inside. Okay, so now what I need to do now is the smile. And I did the same with the other 2. Now we are ready to put all the peas in the pot. And I think they are adorable. They are so cute. I really hope this video helped you to accomplish your project. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. Until next time, goodbye.